Vote to extend the closure of a road that runs through the middle of a local school. Plus, project planners have narrowed down a design of what the Sarasota Bayfront may look like in a few years. And the cost of adding functioning cameras to the city of Sarasota, now that we know some of them don't work. Your Suncoast News starts now.
You're watching ABC7 News at 11.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Jacqueline Matter. First tonight, big storms earlier today adding to the flooding concerns here on the Suncoast. You're looking at a photo of a funnel cloud that was taken earlier today in Sarasota in the weather radar right now. Let's head over to ABC7's Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan with the first alert forecast to find out how much longer that rain will last. Bob?
Well, you saw that steady stream of moisture continuing to move up from the Caribbean there, and some big storms gathering tonight south of Cuba. This is just indicative of the instability down here, where water temperatures are into the mid-80s. The National Hurricane Center has bumped up the possibility, at least the chances of something developing and getting into the Gulf of Mexico. If it even were to develop, it looks like it would be a low-grade tropical depression, maybe a storm, but it's unlikely at this point. We'll see, though, as we watch it. The tropical low is a possibility. There are two different scenarios that are still being played out, but the European model seems to be the one that the National Hurricane Center is kind of keeping an eye on more so than the GFS. We'll show you those in just a minute, but the 40% chance of development now as in the next 5 days. The heavy rain that was around earlier has since moved on, and we have some big storms still down south in the Florida Straits and near the Keys. Some of this may have enough energy to make its way up to our area into the wee hours of the morning, but for the time being, the rainfall estimates were heavy at times across the region, nearly 3 inches in places. Bradenton 2.3 later on in the day. This is the total since Saturday, and we're talking 5 to 6 inches of rainfall total. Now, as far as the flood warnings go, they continue now for the Manatee River at the Myakka Head. We're going to talk more about this tropical low, which may be developing in just a few minutes. The forecast tomorrow that does call for showers and storms to develop once again in the afternoon, and they could bring some locally heavy rainfall. More on the storms coming up in a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, well, we'll talk to you soon, Bob. Thank you. With so much rain in our area, some local utility departments are concerned that the change from extreme dry to extreme wet may damage infrastructure, specifically underground water main pipes. That could lead to more water main breaks over the next few weeks because as more water falls, the ground shifts and that causes pipe breaks.
Water fills all the void spaces and the pores and the sand and the shell and all those things, and things move. They move a little bit.
The city of Venice says their utility workers are on high alert to respond to any breaks that could occur, especially with more wet weather expected this week, as Bob mentioned. In Texas, a statewide tribute today for the 10 people killed and 13 others injured in a Friday shooting at Santa Fe High School. ABC's Elizabeth Herr is in Texas with a recap of today's events.
As you can see behind me here, this is a community still grieving and searching for answers. And while we still don't know why this happened, authorities are now revealing, well, what happened here is tragic. It could have been worse. Now, to honor the victims, the Texas governor called for a statewide moment of silence. It was observed here at Santa Fe High School, with community members gathering around 10 wooden crosses bearing the name of the 8 students and 2 teachers killed last Friday. Those who survived the attack also told ABC News the suspect was even taunting his victims each time someone was gunned down, saying, quote, "Another one bites the dust." That suspect, Dimitrios Pagorchis, is now in jail in solitary confinement on suicide watch. Authorities say the school officers who confronted him were absolutely heroes, cornering the suspect in about 4 minutes, keeping him contained, which allowed everyone else to safely evacuate. One of those officers is still in the hospital in critical condition. As for this community, they tell me while they may be hurt, they're not broken. In fact, they say they will bounce back from this stronger than ever. Elizabeth Herr, ABC News, Santa Fe, Texas.
Well, it's a victory for those supporting the closing of School Avenue at Sarasota High School. The street runs right through the middle of the school's campus, and city commissioners have voted in favor of extending the time the road will be closed. ABC7's Rick Adams joins us live from City Hall in Sarasota with reaction on today's decision. Rick?
Yeah, Jacqueline, good evening. As you can imagine, this has made a lot of folks very happy. A decision was made this afternoon. It's the news so many folks who attended Monday's Sarasota City Commission meeting wanted to hear. Commissioners voted 4-1 in favor of extending the time of when School Avenue will be shut down at Sarasota High School to all vehicles, pedestrians, and bicyclists.
Very happy. I thought that was very awesome to see that the city commissioners and the city elected officials were taking into consideration that student safety is more important than convenience of about 200 cars or so.
The street that runs through the high school campus will now be closed from 6:30 in the morning until 10 o'clock at night. City officials say that's expected to officially begin in the fall with the new school year. Previously, it was only closed until 2:30 in the afternoon. Keeping the kids safe at school is the main reason for this change.
I've been through a lot of different situations there with drug dealers, pedophiles, people running from the law that were armed that could have just come on our campus very easily. So to me, this is the best thing that could happen right now.
Matthew Woodall lives a few blocks away from School Avenue. He tells us although there are some people who are against closing the street, a majority of neighbors are in favor of shutting it down.
I think we've seen several instances in the past recent months that indicate that it's time to harden the campus and guarantee a safe and secure environment in which to learn.
The lone vote against the closing of School Avenue came from the Vice Mayor, Jen Ahern Koch, who said she needed more information before voting to close the road. Commissioner Hagan Brody, a graduate of Sarasota High School, voted in favor of the road closure, saying it's been long overdue.
People are demanding action on school safety at this time, and I was happy to be a part of some change that I think will benefit the students and create a safer environment for them to go to high school.
And a lot of folks are now hopeful that School Avenue at Sarasota High School will permanently close. Reporting live from downtown Sarasota this evening, I'm Rick Adams. Jacqueline, back to you.
All right, Rick, thank you. Tomorrow, Sarasota County Public Schools is having a digital town hall to discuss school safety and mental and behavioral health. Parents and guardians will be able to stream it live on Facebook, the Education Channel, and the Sarasota County School website to ask the panelist questions. It all starts tomorrow night at 7 p.m. New developments on the Bayfront 2020 project. The design team revealing the first draft of the master plan for the project today, narrowing down from 3 concepts to 1 called the Divide Plan. This plan proposes a performing arts hall over the canal, hidden parking under the landscape, and an events lawn. There is a community session scheduled for tomorrow afternoon at 5:30 at the Sarasota Municipal Auditorium, where the public can continue to give their input. The Bayfront 2020 group is expected to be back in front of city commissioners with a more refined plan sometime in June. And one Sarasota City Commissioner is making a push to bring back ice cream trucks to city streets. Hagan Brody is having commissioners get on board with an ordinance that would once again allow ice cream trucks in the city and other mobile businesses that stop for a short period of time for a sale. Currently, there is a ban on mobile businesses, including ice cream trucks, because some say it represents a danger to the safety of children. At tonight's meeting, the City Commission directed the city attorney to draft an ordinance to allow mobile vending on city streets.
The broader issue is, are we going to be friendly to startups and entrepreneurs and small businesses? This is an example of something that we can do to increase the, really improve the business atmosphere in the city of Sarasota, and the kids will enjoy it too.
Next up, this will come back to the commission for consideration and a public hearing. At this time, it's not known exactly when that will happen. New at 11, Northport Police and Sarasota County Sheriff's deputies working together to perform a drug bust after receiving multiple complaints from neighbors. They issued a search warrant at the 1200 block of Exotic Avenue. Police say when they entered the house, they found drugs, used needles, meth pipes, ammo, and this note reading, "Do not answer the door for the police." 2 people are under police custody at this time. And a follow-up now on a story we told you about last week. We now know just how many surveillance cameras in Sarasota are not working. The city of Sarasota says the 66 cameras in the city were installed as early as 2010, and as many as 10 of those are not functioning properly. Many of these cameras are inoperable due to new construction, tree growth, wireless connectivity issues, and some of those cameras were actually vandalized. The Sarasota Police Department has been in charge of the cameras since they were put in place 8 years ago, but is in talks with city leaders to pass along the responsibility to the city's Human Resources Department.
From a police department perspective, that's great for us because I don't want a police officer managing cameras and buying them and where to place them and all that. I want police officers doing police work.
The Sarasota Police Department says it will cost thousands to repair the existing cameras and to also add new cameras with more advanced technology. The city is proposing $150,000 in next year's budget to restore the camera system and designate a full-time employee to oversee the program. Well, last October, the World Rowing Championships brought in more than $23 million in economic impact for our area. Now, Nathan Benderson Park is looking at its next major rowing event this weekend to jumpstart what organizers say is a sport growing in popularity. It's the first time the NCAA Division I, II, and III Women's Rowing Championships will be held at this venue.
There's people from Yale, Texas, Duke, all sorts of different places, Stanford. And it's nice to have that connection because they look to us for help with training facilities while they're here.
Nathan Benderson Park will host the NCAA Women's Rowing Championships once again in 2020 and 2021. Well, this week is National Safe Boating Week, and a recent report says Florida recorded over 760 boating accidents in 2017. That's up 7.3% from the year before, while 67 boating-related deaths matched the total from 2016, according to that report by the Florida Fish and Wildlife Commission. The agency says the report is used to encourage boaters to focus on simple, effective steps to make boating safer. Overboard deaths have been the leading type of fatal accident for the past 15 years. Drowning is the leading cause of death. FWC says most accidents and injuries could be prevented if boaters use basic safety measures. Well, heavy rain continues to be the main concern across the Suncoast as several rivers are now flooding and more rain is on the way this week. Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your first alert forecast. Plus, a man is accused of punching a deaf man's service dog on a flight to Orlando. We'll show you the fights that ensued off and on the plane. And hear what this man has to say after catching a snake with his bare hands near a popular Suncoast restaurant.
We answered the call of duty and left our homes to serve in far-off lands. Now we answer another call, this time at home, in our own communities, to respond in times of chaos, to use our strength, our skills, and our experiences to bring hope amid devastation and destruction. Together, as a team of brothers and sisters, we're continuing our mission to make this country a little stronger and a little better each day. We are Team Rubicon.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
My credit score was not that great.
I didn't understand what went into my credit score.
It was overwhelming.
Do you want to attain better credit health but don't know where to start? Credit Sesame can help by providing you a free credit score.
I love the app. It's so easy to use. It's like having your own financial coach.
Credit Sesame broke my credit score down into things that I understood, and it made me think I can do this.
And the awesome thing about Credit Sesame, it's free.
It's 100% free.
You don't need to go it alone. Get started today at creditsesame.com.
Performing on stage takes mental and physical preparation. But one thing I never thought to prepare for was cervical cancer. 91% of cervical cancers are caused by the human papillomavirus, or HPV. The good news is there are vaccines that can protect you or your children from cancer. I survived my cancer, but you can stop cancer before it starts. Talk to your doctor and go to thinkaboutthelink.org to learn more.
About every 3 minutes in America, someone is diagnosed with a blood cancer. Light the Night brings together survivors and supporters to bring light to the darkness of cancer and to help fund life-saving research. Our goal is a world without blood cancers, and we're lighting the path to cures. The discoveries made in blood cancer research have led to breakthrough treatments for many cancers and other serious diseases. Help defeat the darkness of cancer. Join Light the Night today.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
This rain, we just can't seem to get a break from it.
Yeah, it's been tough going. You know, we've had lots of and this is typically a very dry time, and so a lot of people plan events thinking, oh, it's not going to be too bad, but it's been very unusually wet here. This is typically the brush fire season for us, and it hasn't been that case. Things are really quite wet out there, and had a little funnel cloud spin up today, and Amy Blair got that shot and sent it in to pics@mysuncoast.com. She also sent some video. Appreciate that, Amy. It's doing really well on social media right now, and I'll tell you, the forecast for the upcoming days is calling for some wet weather to stick around for a while, so keep those umbrellas handy. You're going to need them. Let's get to the maps and show you right away. I want to get to the GFS model. This is Friday now. I'm going to take you through time with this tropical low that possibly could develop. The GFS has seen this thing for about a week and a half now. We've been tracking it, but it is not going to be nearly as intense as it was projected. Now, this is the latest forecast. The center would be right about here, and there's not much of a center, so you don't see the isobars or the iso lines there close together, so it's not going to be a very tightly compact system. And these winds are at 850 millibars, meaning that you wouldn't see this strong a wind, but there's a potential that this could be a tropical depression heading toward Florida, and this would be on Sunday at 5:30 in the morning, and then working its way up through the central portion of the state, then getting into Georgia on Monday morning. So that is the GFS model. That's the United States model. And then here comes the European model. Different scenario. This is at Friday, again, pushing through time there Friday morning, and then at 11 o'clock at night on Friday, the low right here. We'd still be on the right side of the system, so we'll still see that draw of moisture our way. And then the European has it going in toward, looks like Louisiana and eventually Mississippi. But still, we would be on the right side, which would mean we get a lot of rainfall here, regardless of which way the system goes. And May hurricanes, they're around. We get one every 6 years. One shows up before the season starts. And there's all the storms from 1851. So you can see we've had a few in May, and it looks like we may have another one. Some heavy showers down to our south now. All this moisture is going to try to work its way northward, but it'll be in place. I think most of the rain for us is over overnight. We may see a few isolated showers. Boy, it came down heavy in places, though. Look at that rainfall total, 2.7 inches there just to the east of I-75 in Sarasota. 3 inches of rain near Terracea. 2 inches near Holmes Beach. Now that steady stream of moisture is a result of a line of low pressure, and on the tail end of that low is where we're expecting the low pressure center to develop and eventually emerge into the Gulf of Mexico on Friday. And with that, it looks like it will bring us a good chance for showers and thunderstorms on Saturday and continuing possibly on into Sunday. But the forecast tomorrow looks good for drive time in the morning, and then showers developing in the afternoon again, and in the evening. Some of those storms could be heavy at times. Like we saw today, some isolated areas could see up to 2 inches of rainfall in just a short period of time. Now we'll take you from Wednesday and go on with the rainfall as it is depicted by the European forecast model, showing a good chance for showers and storms on Friday afternoon, and then on Saturday, a good chance for more rainfall. And then again, if the European is right, we're going to see that steady stream of moisture move right on into Florida. So that's going to be kind of a wet weekend and into Memorial Day. 73 right now, and winds are out of the east-northeast at 6. The high today was 84, and the low was 71. Rainfall, a half inch at the airport. We're doing pretty well for the month. We're well above average, and for the year, we're about an inch below average. Again, for boaters, the winds will be out of the southeast at 10 to 15 knots. Here's the 7-day forecast then. 70% chances for mainly afternoon and evening storms, and that'll be the case on Wednesday and Thursday. But the atmosphere is so juiced up that the storms that do develop will produce some locally heavy rainfall. And then we'll be watching the tropics very closely Friday, Saturday, and even into Sunday, which could be pretty wet, especially on Saturday and into Sunday morning. Jacqueline?
All right, Bob, thank you. South Florida under a flood watch over the weekend and early today. Heavy rains causing flight delays and even a small number of power outages. Parts of Broward County were so flooded that residents said it felt like a hurricane had swept across the area.
Water
in the car, so especially at first, I was scared, thinking that, you know, something else was going to happen, that I would have damage.
Heavy rain fell across the county over the weekend with more than 14 inches in some places. A shocking fight all caught on camera at the Orlando airport, originating because this couple, who are both deaf, say another passenger punched their service dog. The cell phone video shows them in a heated exchange with the accused couple. Then the fight continued near the gate once everyone was off of the plane. Police are investigating the situation, but one of the couples says it was all a misunderstanding and the language barrier made it difficult to explain. Well, here's something you don't see every day. A monkey was on the run at the San Antonio International Airport today. The baboon escaped its cage and made a break shortly after arriving on American Airlines flight from Chicago. The airport said the monkey was captured in a baggage handling area and was being taken to an animal sanctuary near San Antonio.
Now, I will tell you, the monkey was having a little bit of fun. If you envision what a baggage handling system looks like, it's a lot of belts and bars and it looks a little bit like a jungle, so he was having a pretty good time up there.
Well, Brown University in Rhode Island said the animal retired from research at the school, so it was getting a new home at the refuge. No passengers or flights were affected. And new details of a heroic feat all caught on camera here on the Suncoast. A waiter at Sharky's on the Pier in Venice gave his customers quite a show yesterday when a snake slithered onto the beach sand. Dylan Baston grabbed the snake with his bare hands. He then used a plastic claw to move the snake away from the customers and into a grassy area.
I just walked him down the shore a little bit, into the brush, and went deep into the woods a little bit to let him go in there, away from people and away from the restaurant, and also away from predators.
Well, Baston has had snakes before and is experienced and comfortable with them. He says it was a whipping snake. So we will. Sports is next, but first, here's what's coming up on Jimmy Kimmel.
Everyone's talking about Kimmel. They said he's the most important host in late night.
Really?
They said he's late night's clearest voice.
They said I was extremely well endowed. Oh, no one said that?
Jimmy Kimmel Live, weeknights on ABC.
Peterson Toyota of Sarasota offers hundreds of models to choose from. And now you can take your shopping experience to the next level with SRQ Plus. You'll love its added benefits exclusively at Peterson Toyota of Sarasota or toyotaofsarasota.com.
Excuse me a minute. Hi, Dad. No, don't try to get up.
Hi, I'm Julie, a right-at-home caregiver. And if I'd been caring for Tom's dad, I would have noticed some dizziness that could lead to balance issues. That's because I'm trained to report any changes in behavior, no matter how small. So Tom could have peace of mind.
We'll be right there. We have to go.
Hey, Tom, you should try Right at Home. They're great for us.
The right care, right at home.
Picking out a new ceiling fan? That's a do-it-yourself. Installing your new ceiling fan?
No.
That's a don't do-it-yourself. For ceiling fans, rewires, or anything electrical, play it safe. And call on the trained electricians from your locally owned Mr. Sparky. It's no accident that so many of our customers are repeat customers. Trust Mr. Sparky for all your electrical repairs.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
My name is Luke Perry, and I am 1 million strong. I'm in the fight against colorectal cancer because I believe we can win it. Colon and rectal cancers are the second leading cause of cancer deaths among men and women in the U.S. Colon cancer is preventable. Know the risk factors and make sure to get screened. There are simple, take-home options available. Take control of your health. Screening for colon cancer isn't embarrassing. It can be life-saving. To find out more about your options, visit fightcrc.org.
Hamilton was adopted from a rescue in 2008. He really likes to be around people. And as soon as I start to make my breakfast, Hamilton is right there. I get out my mat and I'm doing a downward dog and he's underneath. He's quite the pug about town. He gets invited to a lot of parties. He knows he's a pretty big deal. I mean, look at this little face. How could you not love him?
My name is Stephen Jaffe. The law firm's name is Farmer Jaffe. One of the beautiful things about Julius is he's always smiling, and it becomes infectious. The fact that Julius has a disability has absolutely nothing to do with the quality of work that he's done. Just a great person you want on your staff.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to abilitieswork.employflorida.com.
Designers do it with style.
Tell me what's going on here.
Why, you don't like my hair? The Mark and Mandy Show. In-depth design ideas.
What is up with the tuck tape here? Let's cover it up.
Amazing beauty and fashion tips.
So Halle Berry has amazing skin. Her secret is coffee grounds. No.
Delicious recipes.
Today, I'm gonna show you a special dish that is sure to please that special someone in your life.
Watch the Mark and Mandy Show right here on your favorite channel.
Now, sports.
The Tampa Bay Lightning trying to join the Vegas Golden Knights in the Stanley Cup final. The Bolts hoping to close out the Eastern Conference final tonight in Washington, but failing to do so, losing 3-0. But they do have a chance at redemption. They'll be back in Tampa for Game 7 on Wednesday night. And a longtime sponsor of the Venice High School football program may have handed out scholarships for the last time. Bill Buck Chevrolet awarded scholarship checks to 6 Venice seniors named Indians of the Year. Just last week, the owner of the car dealership announced that they would be ending a nearly 40-year relationship with the program in response to the firing of head coach John Peacock last month. It happened after Peacock liked a tweet that appeared to be racially charged towards a rival coach. Bill Buck says they've given over $100,000 to the football program over the last decade. That's a look at sports. We'll have tonight's winning lotto numbers straight ahead.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Did you know you could get life insurance for less than 32 cents a day? With guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TrueStage, you can get up to $25,000 in protection with a single phone call. TrueStage can help free your family from immediate financial stress when you're gone.
Utility bills, mortgages, car payments, those are a lot of things that can add up pretty fast.
And even if you're on a fixed income, prices fit your budget, starting at less than 32 cents a day. Plus, your price will never increase and your benefit will never decrease. And with no medical tests or health questions, you cannot be turned down for any reason. Call 1-800-842-7189. Now, for a free, no-obligation quote, TrueStage offers plans to fit your budget. Help protect your family from immediate financial burdens after you're gone with guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TrueStage. Call 1-800-842-7189 now.
My credit score was not that great.
I didn't understand what went into my credit score.
It was overwhelming.
Do you want to attain better credit health but don't know where to start? Credit Sesame can help by providing you a free credit score.
I love the app. It's so easy to use. It's like having your own financial coach.
Credit Sesame broke my credit score down into things that I understood, and it made me think I can do this.
And the awesome thing about Credit Sesame, it's free.
It's 100% free.
You don't need to go it alone. Get started today at creditsesame.com.
My name is Julius. I have cerebral palsy. I work for Farmer Jaffe Weising Law Firm. I do a lot of data entry and scanning documents. I want to increase my working experience to make the company much better. At the end of the day, it's good to think of the day's work and to think about what I have accomplished.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to abilitieswork.employflorida.com.
My life motto is keep moving. And as hard as it was when my husband passed away, I knew I had to keep doing what I love. Oops, coming. But I needed help with my insurance, and that's what the NAIC provides. They have resources to help you and your family make the best decision, and they'll help you to keep moving forward, just like me.
ABC7, the Suncoast's official Florida lottery station.
The Florida Lottery winning numbers are sponsored by Frontier Fios.
Well, medal-winning figure skater Adam Rippon and his partner Jenna Johnson are winners of Dancing with the Stars athletes. Tanya Harding, Josh Norman, and Rippon all made it to the final three, and Rippon's jazz routine and freestyle won him and his teammate that shiny, coveted mirror ball trophy. And 19-year-old Maddie Poppy is the new American Idol. It was between her and her boyfriend, Caleb Lee Hutchinson, for the title. Wow. The two announced their relationship during the season finale of Idol, surprising not only Seacrest, all the judges, and probably a whole lot of audience members as well. Who knew? What an accomplishment for both of them.
Yeah,
They're
absolutely.
dating and they both made it to the finals.
Absolutely, yeah. Nice show there, and we've got a few showers in the forecast for tomorrow. Get a look at the day planner. Looks good for drop-off for tomorrow or their commute to work. And by 3, though, we'll start to see some showers, maybe a few thunderstorms by 7. Meteorologist John Scalzi tomorrow at Good Morning Suncoast will have an updated model run, too, of the GFS and the European, so that'll be a telltale sign of whether, you know, these things are going to kind of merge together a little bit more in the Gulf of Mexico and how much rain we may be able to expect.
All right, certainly keeping an eye on that. Thank you, Bob. And thank you all for joining us this evening. We'll see you right back here tomorrow. Have a good one.